Hello, I'm the Greek Geek because I'm 50% Greek and 100% a geek. This movie had the unfortunate circumstance of being released during this whole coronavirus epidemic, and movie cinemas have been closed down for weeks now. So not many people went to see it, and I am one of the few that did go and see it, and I kept my expectations low, but it didn't work. Ray Garrison, I wonder if he is a military guy, God, is killed and is revived by nanotechnology, which gives him superpowers. But it takes away his memories, and his memories start to return eventually, and everything is not as it seems. Ooh. Vin Diesel plays the titular character of Ray Garrison / Bloodshot. Very bland performance, but I guess he's supposed to be going for the kind of military stereotype meathead kind of character, so good job. Vin Diesel's performances, I have trouble understanding what he's saying quite a lot. He mumble grumbles, and this movie is no exception. His best roles are usually characters that don't say much or just say the same thing every single time. Isa Gonzalez plays Katie, aka KT. Have no idea when she wants to help Bloodshot. She helps him try and get his memories back and get revenge, but I don't know why. Sam Heughan is Jimmy Dalton, and he is an asshole who hates Bloodshot because he doesn't like cleaning up after him. So that's a good motivation, isn't it? Toby Kebbell plays Martin Axe, who is a man with a terrible Australian accent. Guy Pearce is also in this movie. He's the doctor guy, may or may not be a bad guy. That's all I've got. Lamorne Morris is Wilfred Wiggins, and he is the only character that I actually liked in this movie. Rest of the characters just boring and bland, uninteresting, nothing really going on with them. But bloody Wilfred Wiggins, who just plays a stereotypical, smart-talking, sarcastic, technology-based side character, just that was enough to entertain me in this movie. He was easily the best thing about this movie. Direction and writing. It is directed by David S.F. Wilson. This is his first time directing a feature-length movie, and unfortunately he probably needs a bit more experience. I think he has potential to be a good director, but the only other thing that I know that he's directed is an episode of Love, Death and Robots, which I still need to check out. I will get to that eventually. That usually means about 5 years from now. God. Theme. What is free will? What are even real memories? The movie barely explores these concepts in any interesting way. In a movie where a guy's memories can be fabricated, they don't really do that much about it. I did like how it was revealed that Bloodshot's memories were being manipulated and all the pieces that we all had to put together to get there. It wasn't many pieces that we had to put together, but we had to put together a couple of pieces to figure out what was going on, unless you've watched the trailer and you already know what this movie was all about. So they didn't really do too much, but with this interesting concept, so that's a bit of a bummer. For a movie called Bloodshot, there is not that much blood. Fight scenes are edited very poorly. Lots of cuts, which is very unfortunate. Fight scenes boil down to Bloodshot getting shot at, he regenerates, and then he proceeds to punch and shoot the bad guys, and rinse and repeat that 50 times. I did not enjoy a single action scene until the last fight scene between Bloodshot and asshole Jimmy. You saw it in the trailer. He has the mechanical arms on his back, and that was the only part I actually enjoyed, when they're fighting on the elevators. That's the only moment I feel when it full went, yep, this is a comic book action movie, and fully committed to that. It had kind of like Spider-Man versus Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2 kind of vibes for me because of the extra arms. Special effects are pretty bad. I will say that the special effects for when Bloodshot / Ray Garrison can look pretty good. He gets shot, and like, especially, you've seen it in the trailer, if you've seen the trailer, like where he gets hit in the cheek or whatever, and part of his face blows off and then it just regenerates. Probably the best looking CGI effect in the movie. There were some pretty bad ones as well, particularly when the asshole guy, I can't even remember his name. I said his name a few seconds ago. I can't remember now. He is chasing after Bloodshot and it looks really bad and just bad. It is a very poorly edited movie. Action scenes, as I said before, are very, very heavily cut and edited, and fight scenes are just a nightmare to try and follow. And it's very badly dubbed as well. Like, you know how a character is facing away from the camera and you can kind of see their jaw moving and what is being said doesn't line up with the movements of their mouth? This movie does it when the person is facing the camera. There are quite a few instances where people are talking and it does not line up at all with what their lips are saying, and it's just very sloppy editing. Would I recommend this movie? This movie was supposed to be the start of a new cinematic universe, but it's obviously not going to happen. This movie was released at a very unfortunate time, and it has nothing new to offer that we haven't seen before, so I don't think we're going to see any more Variant comic characters for quite a while. At least not in the same cinematic universe as this movie, which is a shame. I haven't read any Variant comics, but there's probably a lot of characters in there that would be fantastic for the big screen if executed correctly, but this one failed. So you can definitely give this one a miss. There is nothing new here, nothing really to enjoy. But don't let me tell you what to do. You can actually go and watch the movie if you go to, I think it's the Sony streaming site. I watched this at the movies a few weeks ago and just getting to my review now, but you can actually buy it and watch it now without going to the movies and getting coronavirus. So as always, thank you for listening to me ramble on about a movie for a few minutes. I do appreciate it. Thank you again, and I'll catch you next time.